Episode 311, Lord Tate's Decision. Bobby had agreed without hesitation. In the Great Canopy Country, he had nothing grounding him. Nowhere to stay, nowhere to go. He was untethered like a leaf on the breeze. Ever since the Alliance Challenge, Bobby had seen nothing but hard times. It felt like everything was working against him, always at a disadvantage. But the Ironblood clan respected Bobby and offered to help him. He wouldn't reject their assistance even if they were considered a wicked clan. After experiencing so much misfortune, the lines between right and wrong had been blurred. "Bobby, I admired you before because of your bloodline," Lord Tate said. "But after you escaped the enraged marriage in Flooded Lake City, fought through the bronze crypt of the Great Moon Pirate, and kidnapped Empress Louisa, retreating fully unharmed, I have to say I've put more stock in your talent, potential, and courage." Bobby's humble heart wanted to protest. He hadn't realized that the Ironblood clan had known all about that. Getting out of the marriage and kidnapping the Empress had both been rather public happenings, but the Great Moon treasure debacle hadn't been as widely known. If the Ironblood clan had heard about that so quickly, its forces and influences were not to be underestimated. "Now that you're entering the Ironblood clan, I've actually got a big opportunity that could be lucrative for you." Lord Tate paused. He had certainly caught Bobby's attention. "The legendary True Dragon Gathering of the Green Flower region is approaching. Every prodigy that participates receives riches and opportunities. They are the best of the best," Lord Tate explained. Bobby had read about the True Dragon Gathering in the ancient records. They hadn't included where the event took place because the 13 clans were very far away and rarely involved. The True Dragon Gathering catches every eye on an entire continent. Anyone who matters will be there. For most prodigies, the opportunity to participate would be the greatest honor, but so few of them would actually be qualified. How many prodigies could there be on the continent? Bobby wondered. According to Empress Louisa, the Cloud Country, Bobby's homeland, was like a desolate village. It wasn't even a city. That small land had produced Bobby, Andrew, Noah, Clara, Ludlow, and Sarah. If that many prodigies came from Cloud Country, how many prodigies would there be in the entire continent? And how many were even stronger? The potential was absolutely endless. Lord Tate saw Bobby's change in attitude and smiled. When so many prodigies get together, there's a chance to witness even the rarest inheritances. Even the Sacred Legacy Inheritance or the Seven Sword Inheritance can make an appearance. Of course, these fabled inheritances rarely surfaced, and the Sacred Legacy Inheritance only appears once every 10,000 years. At the True Dragon Gathering, there are chances of connecting with many different types of people. Bobby understood why the True Dragon Gathering would attract the entire continent. The 10 great forces, countries, and major sects would send their prodigies. Participating in the True Dragon Gathering meant getting to fight and showcase one's skill to the entire continent. Would there be any chances of seeing prodigies from the 13 clans or the Iron Dragon clan? Bobby asked. The chances weren't high, but the Iron Dragon clan might send a representative. He realized that the 13 clans might even already be overrun by the Iron Dragon clan. Maybe Mr. Hayden had some connections. "Are you planning to let me participate in the True Dragon Gathering?" Bobby asked, unable to contain his excitement. To fight with prodigies from the entire continent and have a chance to pit himself against other inheritance was something worth waiting for. "Bobby, you think too highly of yourself. Yes, your bloodline, potential, and courage are all commendable. But at your level, you would be lucky to be in the top 1,000. If you're not in the top 100, you're not much value to the Ironblood clan." Bobby didn't understand. He had thought he would at least get to participate by the way Lord Tate had told him about the tournament. The Deputy Patriarch continued smugly. "It's not your fault you used to live in a faraway village. You underestimate the peak prodigies. From the 10 great factions, A small number of core disciples have already reached this true spirit realm by your age, and it's not even considered that rare. Some have reached even the true mystic rank, and their masters are sovereigns at the origin core realm. Lord Tate's words struck Bobby. The disciples and resources of the Great Canopy Country had definitely surpassed the 13 clans. Even combining all 13 clans and 2 of the Great Countries, they probably wouldn't even be a match for the Iron Blood clan. Some of these prodigies were disciples of sovereigns. Their talent, resources, teachers, and cultivation surpassed Bobby on every level. His confidence had been thoroughly humbled. Lord Tate noticed this and tried to reassure him by saying, "It's not completely hopeless, though. It's possible to win a challenge against those at the true human rank when you're at the half-step true spirit realm. There have been occurrences of fights won against even higher cultivation opponents at the True Dragon Gathering. Hundreds of years ago, Saint Quincy came in first by beating a peak true mystic rank with only having just reached the true human rank. It made him famous." Bobby knew he could enter the True Dragon Gathering at his current strength, but wouldn't make it very far. It seemed that Lord Tate was just trying to pressure Bobby into training even harder. "The True Dragon Gathering will be held in half a year's time," Lord Tate explained. "The Iron Blood clan has many prodigies to choose from, though. If you're able to reach the True Spirit Realm by then, there's no reason you couldn't participate in the True Dragon Gathering." "I understand," Bobby replied solemnly, but he wasn't completely discouraged. A typical cultivator as level wouldn't stand a chance at reaching the True Spirit Realm within 6 months. However, he had an advantage because his mental energy level was high, and within him, he had the Great Moon Pirate's source of true spirit, the core of true spirit energy that contained the life and essence of the cultivator. Lord Tate knew Bobby had the potential because he had sensed the boy's level of mental energy. He hadn't noticed his source of true spirit, though, because it was hidden by a secret technique from the Sacred Legacy inheritance. The Deputy Patriarch probably guessed Bobby had a small chance of reaching the True Spirit Realm in time, but Bobby was pretty confident. The Blood Dragon carriage began to descend. It flew by its own power, but 4 attendants offered support, fulfilling any needs the Deputy Patriarch might have. It had flown several hundred miles to arrive in the valley that housed the headquarters of the Iron Blood clan. Their territory was more than 10 times larger than the Broken Moon clan, and the arrays that protected it were 10 times stronger. Although it wasn't as prominent as the capital, its defense was extremely strong. The members of the Iron Blood clan, from the Ascended Realm cultivators to the True Spirit Realm cultivators, all bowed down as the Blood Dragon carriage descended. Bobby stepped out of the carriage beside Lord Tate, raising countless brows. It was uncommon to see such a young person sitting beside the Deputy Patriarch in his chariot. Ignoring the stairs, Lord Tate and Bobby walked into the Grand Hall, where a meeting had just been assembled with several elders and a protector. Bobby recognized the elder in wrinkled robes as the Iron Blood clan protector that had warned him when he had just entered the capital. "This is the young man that had recently held Empress Louisa hostage in the capital," Lord Tate introduced. From there, he ushered Bobby around the meeting hall, introducing him to some of the upper echelons of the clan. The Iron Blood clan was vast, so the gathering was only the more central elders. Of the elders present, they were at least all at the true mystic rank. From what Bobby had picked up from the mingling with the elders, he learned that Lord Tate was the Iron Blood clan's Deputy Patriarch. It didn't seem any different from being the true Patriarch, as no one knew whether the true Patriarch was alive or dead. There were only rumors that he had fallen into a deep sleep, being absent for so long, or possibly dead. The deputy in Lord Tate's title was really just a formality. One of the elders was a white-haired old lady at the True Lord rank, introduced as Elder Josephine, the Regulations Elder. Her position put her just below the Deputy Patriarch in terms of political power. She was the first to question Lord Tate's decision.
"Deputy Patriarch, you want to promote him as a chapter leader? You're asking for no small amount of trust from us. Chapter leaders are usually at the true mystic rank for at least the peak true human ranks. Someone as young as him with insufficient cultivation will probably find it hard to control an entire area.
Murmurs of agreement rippled through the crowd. The position of chapter leader was very important within the Ironblood clan. They were supposed to be able to defend and support the entire domain as they were responsible for, and Bobby was just still a boy in their eyes. My decision is final, Lord Tate declared with the confidence of a man that knew his authority wouldn't be questioned.